it's me again, literally in the same spot. Definitely, I didn't cut the camera off because I'm driving and I'm not gonna play with y'all or these streets. So that's what you call an edit clip. That's what you call a split and delete is what that is. That's them editing skills. That's on point. So in the last video, we talked about my little dating situation, whatever. But I want to talk about standards because we have this, society has this thing, or we have this thing where they say you have high standards or your standards are too high. Can somebody please explain to me what the fuck that means? Oh, I'm sorry, I cuss. I didn't know, I didn't put that out there. I cuss as I say foul shit, say the word fuck a lot. I might get loud on occasion. This happens. If you don't like it, exit stage left. So somebody explain to me what the fuck this means, because I see it as an insult. I know a lot of women, me included, that do have high standards, but I don't like that people make that an issue. Okay? Yes, I have high standards because I know who the fuck I am. I know what I'm capable of. Like, everybody should have high standards. You shouldn't have low standards. If you have low standards, then you're going to get the bare minimum out of a man or a woman. You don't want the bare minimum. You want the maximum. You don't want the bare minimum out of nobody. So if your standards are low and you just date or talk to or be with anybody, then what you gonna get out of that? What is gonna come of that relationship? Not a goddamn thing. Because you just accepted what was there. Like, you have people who literally, for the sake of being in a relationship, will take whatever's available. And I don't understand it. Like, high standards to me is a good thing. You need to have high standards. It ain't no such thing as your standards too high. No, fuck that. My standards, I used to have, like, back in the day, when I was in my 7 years of singleness. And my sister, like, I gotta give my sister on the YouTube, y'all, because she, like, her commentary on my dating life is ridiculous. She used to live with me, so she knew, like, a lot of what was going on or whatever. And I used to want a guy like me. I used to want someone who was, oh, what the fuck was that? Someone who was a business person or a motivational speaker, maybe an author, like somebody who could match me. But what I had to realize was that's not what I want. I don't want a me. I want somebody with entrepreneur mindset and growth mindset and hustle mindset. And I didn't realize that until I started talking to Rodney, because for one, I don't expect you to come to the table already with 3 businesses off the rip. You gotta have 10 books published. You gotta have nonprofit ideas. I don't expect people to come off the rip with a whole bunch of shit. As long as you have a plan to get to where it is you want to get to. Like, I know your goals and you have a plan to get there. And with Rodney, for one, he was my first relationship as an adult, because my relationship before him was in college. With him, he matched me because we both had an entrepreneur mindset. First of all, that nigga's hustle game put my shit to shame. If making a way was a person, and like, this nigga gonna make a way. I don't know how he does it. I don't ask no questions. But this nigga's gonna make a way regardless. So, and he's very good at money management. I'm still trying to learn that shit. But he has an entrepreneur mindset, but he doesn't want to be in the same field as me. And it's cold because that nigga is fucking crazy smart when it comes to accounting. Like, he minored in accounting. But he wants to get into, like, truck driving and, like, he want to do rental properties. He want to create all this other stuff. I'm not going to put his business out like that. But he got his own LLC and everything. So, I had to understand, like, you can have someone who has the mindset that you have. They don't have to be in the same career field as you. Because what I'm not going to date is a bum. That's what we're not going to do. Ladies, that's what we're not going to do. We're not going to date no Jodies. Like, we're not going to do that. That's not, no. Fellas, no. If she ain't got some kind of hustle to her, if she ain't got no fire under her ass, she ain't got no goals in life, no, don't do that. You supposed to, god damn, what the fuck happened to that pole? You have to match the energy of your partner. Like, whatever you give out and whoever you are, that's who you're going to attract. And that's who you need to be with. Like, this whole level of standard, everybody got their own set of standards. And there is no such thing as having too high standards. Like, I hate when people say that shit, like, oh, her standards too high, she ain't gonna never find a man. Well, bitch, then okay, shit, are you God? So do you know? Like, there could very well be a man out there that's gonna meet my standards. The fuck? I hate when people say that. Like, why? That's an insult. Like, what, you want me to have low standards? What, you want them to have low standards? You should not have low standards. Whatever your standards are, I don't give a fuck. You gotta write them bitches down. That's what your standards are. And if they don't qualify, they don't qualify. Next. You know how many people it is in this world? Like grandmama used to say, it's plenty of fish in the sea. Like, it's plenty of fish in the sea. And if I got to be single for 7 years until I find the fish for me, then I guess I'm just gonna be single for 7 years and swimming until I find it. Like, come on now. What are we doing? Like, what does the world come to? I don't understand it. Whatever your standards are, that's what they are. One of my biggest standards that I can't do shit about, because it's a decision that I made between me and God, is celibacy. So it's not that's not a standard I can change. It's a qualification, nigga. Either you gonna be celibate or you ain't. And if you ain't, then what the fuck are we talking for? I be your nigga, we can be cool. What's up, bruh? How you living? How you doing? What's going on? But other than that, no. Like, that's one of the standards. Like, you have to have a hustle mentality. Like I said, you ain't gotta have all your shit like just laid out and planned out and be as far ahead as I am, because men get intimidated by women in leadership. I've had that issue too. And women, if you in leadership, or if you have first of all, black women are powerful. Let me just put that out there. We the shit, for real. Like, we make the world go round. But when some men are intimidated by that. I've been in that situation multiple times where a man is intimidated by my leadership and everything that I do. So it's like, no, I'm a man, I'm supposed to be doing this and this and this, I can't date her. Like, literally, people will say that. People have called me selfish for being celibate. Y'all, I'm telling you, wait till this next book drop. And when I tell you, I can write a whole book just off people's responses to my celibacy. And this whole 7 years of fuckery that I went through. But y'all gotta wait for that book. And yes, it is in writing. It's pretty much done. This needs to be edited. So look forward to that in September. Shameless plug. But whatever you set your standards are, baby, and men and women, you keep your standards. You don't lower your standards for nobody. You do not lower your standards for nobody. You don't have to compromise. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't fold. We don't compromise because we don't want to be by ourselves. Because when you compromise, you end up in compromising situations. When you compromise, you end up with shit that you never wanted to begin with. And so now you're adding more pressure and stress on yourself because you compromise. Now, sometimes you do have to compromise on some things. Like, and it's not even more so a compromise, it's a learning thing. Like, for me, I'm not an affectionate person. I'm not. I wasn't raised to be affectionate. I had my grandmother, thank God, who taught me affection. But my mother and other people in my family, we don't do affection. My granny don't do affection. So I wasn't raised with that affection, quality time type love language. My love language is acts of service. So I had to learn to be affectionate, especially with Rodney, because that was his love language. And that was an issue because he would come in, and this was an issue with people, men even before him. It's like when I see you, it's like, oh, what's up? Like, oh, what up, my nigga? What? How you doing? And not like, oh my God, give me a hug. Like, I had to learn that. So it's not even really a compromise. It's something that you have to learn because you want to match your partner's love language anyway. With him, I got lucky because he already like spoke mine off the rip before he even knew what it was. But there's going to be some compromises you have to make in order to meet in the middle on both sides. Now, if one person is just compromising shit, we got a one-sided relationship, and that ain't how this works. It's two people in this relationship, which means it's two people that's going to have to compromise. But you don't compromise what your standards are, what you want in a man or woman, what you need in a man or woman, just for the sake of being with a man or woman. Don't do that. Whatever your standards are, keep them. Hold on to them. Squeeze them and don't let go. Now, if you got a long list of craziness, you might need to reevaluate. Because I've done that shit before too. And I had to learn, hey, you asking for too much. Because sometimes it can be a little excessive. Like, yeah, you damn near want to build a nigga. You want to go to buildanigga.com. So I had to learn to put a pause on that. But I'm going to tell you what the easiest thing to do is. First of all, here you go. This the gym. I'm going to give y'all this and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to give you this one for free. I ain't going to even charge you. The best thing to do is, for my people that pray out there, pray because you got to be specific in prayer. You got to be careful what you ask for. Because what you ask for, God gonna give you. My mama asked for a man. My mom was working 2 jobs as a single mama, and she asked for a man that was gonna be able to keep us financially stable, so she wouldn't have to work 2 jobs no more and worry about how she was gonna pay the bills. And that is exactly what she got. Nothing more, nothing less. She was the one who taught me that. Be careful what you ask for. So instead of asking God, send me a man that's built like this, that look like this, that's chocolate skin, he got to work in this field, he got to have this much in his bank account, he got to do this and that, you got to be careful what you ask for. Because everything you ask for, God gonna give you. And the one thing you really truly need is the one thing you ain't gonna ask for because you don't know you need it. God knows you need it because God knows everything about you. You don't know everything about you. He knows everything about you. So what I started doing was I pray only, God, send me the man for me that you believe is for me. That's it. No, I ain't gonna put no details on it. I don't want none of that. I know what I want in a man, but that's not what I'm gonna pray for. Because I'm gonna pray for a specific man and get exactly what it was that I prayed for, and lose out on everything that I need. Because I don't know what I need. God know what I need. So instead of praying and asking God for a man that do this, and I'm men too. Instead of praying and asking God for a woman that do this, no. God, send me the woman that's for me. The woman that you know is for me. The woman you created for me. The man that you created for me. That's what you pray for. That's what you ask for. That's how you do that. Gem dropped. Gem dropped. That's what you do. You have your standards and your qualities to yourself. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for in a significant other. Do that. Don't lower your standards for nobody. Don't compromise. Don't fold. Don't do none of that shit. But when you pray, keep it general. Don't start adding specifics. Because if you pray for something, I promise he gonna give you just that. And that alone. I've seen it happen. You gotta be careful what you ask for. Because if you go to God right now and say, God, I want a man or a woman that's financially stable, that got a good job, that got a hustle mentality, that either is or wants to be an entrepreneur, that provides or protects me, that loves me unconditionally. That sound good, and that is good. That's what you want. But you could be missing something very significant from that list, from that prayer, that you don't realize you're missing because you don't know you need it. But he does. So therefore, just keep it general. Because he made somebody for you. He already know who you're going to be with before you even know. So keep the specifics out of it when it comes to actually praying and going to God for it. If you go to God for it and pray. Some people don't. That's on y'all. But I'm telling y'all what I do. So, I'm at work. Y'all done talking me to work. Come on, somebody. Baby, when I tell y'all I don't want to go in this place. I'm gonna edit these videos so I can get them out this week, because I have one that's gonna drop that's gonna kind of piss y'all off a little bit. So I had to put these in between Sha'Carri and this bullshit that I'm gonna post on the 28th. And I'm gonna get these out this week, okay? And don't forget to get your tickets to the Motivation With Me live event. It's a virtual option available, so I don't understand what your excuse is. Stop playing with me, son. Because y'all already know how I come. I come hard. So imagine that live and in full effect. Baby, I will see y'all in the next video. Let me go in here and get paid and do my job. I love y'all. And until next time, bye.